Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. So that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I.
Lifestyle is a major factor in how people age. Smoking, excessive alcohol drinking, physical injuries, and poor nutrition will speed up many aspects of physical aging. Sun exposure throughout life will accelerate the aging process of the skin. Good physical conditioning and weight control will have a positive impact on some aspects of the aging process. Aging can also bring changes to outlook and emotion. Often, a consumer's focus in life will change. They may abandon or acquire new goals in their advancing age because of their experiences in life.
Hi, my name's Dr. Christina McNichol. I'm an Associate Clinical Professor of Family Medicine at UCLA, and I'm in private practice in family medicine at the Pacific Palisades Medical Group. It might appear that men and women age differently. Technically, they shouldn't. It seems to me that women start to age quicker or more quickly after menopause, whereas men have a more steady decline in their function, which occurs in every decade of their life. For centuries, men actually died at a much earlier age than women, and it was thought that it was mainly due to their careers and high stress levels. As more and more women have entered the workplace, the actual age gap between men and women dying has narrowed somewhat. But overall, I think women probably live longer also because they're used to multitasking and performing many functions in their lives, whether it's work and or wives and mothers, and they learn to take care of themselves as well as others. It's really important for someone to maintain a healthy diet and to exercise as often as possible. Try and keep your mind sharp, and if you're retired, think of maybe doing some classes for fun, reading, puzzles. Always try and keep your mind active. And certain other things that we do, we should do in moderation. If you drink alcohol, drink in moderation. Don't smoke, don't use drugs.
Perhaps the most visible evidence of that is in job postings. We can see them on the job boards asking for workers' experience, let's say, for example, 5 to 10 years. That's really code for about 5 years out of school. So let's say 22 plus 5, age 27 to, let's say, 32. That's the target age audience that HR and the hiring manager are targeting. It's legal in that format, but as we know, age discrimination is illegal.
We were talking about age discrimination. Is that something that people really do have to worry about when they go out?
Oh, yeah.
Many mature-aged workers are finding it very hard to get back into the workforce. As Nicole Chettle reports, experts say that in a youth-obsessed culture, age discrimination is rife.
97-year-old woman says her landlord is trying to kick her out, even though she's still in good health. Channel 4 Action News reporter Sheldon Ingram speaks to her.
Here in the Hill District, Ebenezer Tower is a happy home for a lot of people, except for one woman whose family says she is the target of age discrimination. Clara Harrington is 97 years old. Her grandson says Ebenezer Tower has been her home for 20 years, but Vernon Williams says back in March, management informed him they would not renew his grandmother's lease.
She says she needs to be placed in assisted living because she supposedly has dementia real bad and is not capable of living on her own.
Williams disputes that and says the county's Department of Aging, a personal nurse at UPMC, and Life Pittsburgh have all cleared her of dementia. Williams says he checks on his grandmother every 2 hours. But yesterday, he says management called paramedics and reported that Harrington is sick, lacks food, and is neglected by her grandson. Harrington was stunned when she heard what building management reported.
What you say? A champ, did you hear what he said?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, who could tell anybody that?
Williams says it was a shallow attempt to get her out of her apartment. He says UPMC Mercy examined Harrington and gave her a clean bill of health. This is her release form, saying she could go back to her apartment. But Williams says management was furious and vindictive.
The manager from the building here got very upset and told the social workers that she didn't like that and she had another way to get my grandmother out of the building.
This is how Harrington responded to accusations that she is sick and neglected.
Yes, I think I'm in fairly good health. Lacking for food, champ. What they talking about?
Building management would not discuss the matter with us.
HUD does not allow us to do that. I cannot discuss any case or anybody in here.
And as of now, the status of Harrington's lease is still not resolved. Sheldon Ingram, Channel 4 Action News.
Hello everyone, my name is Mike Rivera and I'm here at Harbor Terrace, which is an assisted living facility here in San Pedro, California. So, what is assisted living? Assisted living is like a combination between a nursing home and an independent living facility. Now, according to the National Center of Assisted Living, more than 700,000 people in the U.S. live in an assisted living setting, of which 74% of residents are female and 26% are male. Also, 54% of all residents are of age 85 and older. Now, I have here a quote from Powell Lawton, a PhD from the Philadelphia Geriatric Center, that states that the demand for assisted living is growing because there is a large segment of people in need of an enhanced sense of security, but not needing to relinquish total control over their lives. Now, this statement by the good doctor relates to the key philosophy of assisted living, of meeting customers' needs while promoting independence and dignity. Facilities like the one behind me consist of many services that help its elderly population to feel safe, comfortable, and independent. Services like personal care assistance, meals, housekeeping and laundry, transportation, 24-hour supervision, health and exercise programs, and on-site health and medical services. So, you may be asking, Michael, all these services sound great, but how much is the bill? Well, to be honest, it's not cheap. The bill can vary from $22,000 to $50,000 a year, and according to a MedLife survey in 2012, the average monthly cost of assisted living was about $3,000. But on the other hand, the average monthly cost of a nursing home was about $7,000 a month. So when you compare the two, assisted living stands out as the better deal. Now, there are some government programs like Medicare and Medicaid that help to pay for some costs of assisted living. For example, in Cheryl Zimmerman's book about assisted living, she states that in the year 2000, 39 states in the U.S. covered services in assisted living through programs like Medicaid. Here in California, there's also the LAWP, which stands for the Assisted Living Waiver Program. This program helps low-income seniors pay for assisted living services. Programs like Medicare do cover qualified health care costs of assisted living, but do not cover the overall cost of the facility. So eventually, we're all going to become senior citizens. If you want to stay at a facility like Harbor Terrace, you got to remember to start saving your money today.
The last stages of life. The last stages of life can be very stressful for a person and those caring for loved ones. You will observe changes that may be upsetting and unfamiliar. Learning about the dying process will help. Many physical changes occur during the process of dying that affect the emotional, social, and spiritual aspects of a person's life. As a person approaches the very end of life, two types of changes occur. There are physical changes that take place as the body begins to shut down its regular functions, and there are changes on the emotional and spiritual level as well, in which the dying person lets go of the body and the material world. Ensuring a loved one's final months, weeks, or days are as good as they can be requires more than just a series of care choices. Anticipating the demands of end-of-life caregiving can help ease the journey from care and grief towards acceptance and healing. As we grow older, get married, build families, we come to realize more and more that life insurance is a fundamental part of having a sound financial plan. You'll find comfort in knowing that your loved ones, in the event of your passing, will be protected. Here are a few other reasons why having family life insurance is so important.
And the dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. And the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true.
Another elderly driver has caused chaos, this time in Geelong.
A wave of chaos sweeps through a Massachusetts Walmart after an elderly driver crashes through the store entrance.
It's funny you should ask, because recently my dog Muffin got run over. I think it's a serious topic. It needs to be discussed more often. People are losing family members out there, and this is a matter of life and death. This is no joke.
Yes, I do. I've been driving since the age of 16. I don't think it's fair that you want to take a senior citizen's right to drive away from them. It's not moral.
Oh my God. Get off the streets! Get off the streets! Old people are driving!
When you wake up in the morning and your eyes are open, make the most of your day.
When you marry, see that you really have things in common, that you really are a pair, not a mismatch.
Each day you spend leaves you with one less. Spend them wisely.
You never stop learning, there's always something else to learn. Stand up for yourself, don't be so shy, and be a good girl.
Laugh, and the world laughs with you.
Take care of your friends, because you never know when you might need them.
Love. Love is everything.
It's a cold, cold world out there. Give them warmth. Let them know that somebody out there cares.
Do not judge any man until you have stood in his place.
Don't regret a thing, no.
That's about all you can say.
can't believe